So I'm bringing it back. Bringing it back. I feel like before I went on my tangent about my presentation and whether or not I'm coding as black, I also want to say my OkCupid name is Random Black Girl. So I make sure that these motherfuckers know right off the bat that no matter what, like, it was for a lot of reasons, mainly to assert my blackness, also to assert that you shouldn't be asking me what the fuck I am, because I fucking hate that shit. But I feel like by having my username be Random Black Girl, I feel like that kind of sidesteps the conversation that a lot of white cis men think we need to have about my ethnicity. And I'm not going to say it's just white cis men, because I know that I did leave off talking about black cis men and the experience and outing myself. And I wanted to go back into that because I literally just watched the 30-minute video that I just put up as it was uploading, just so I could like get back into it right away. But I'm going to get some of this tea. I'm gonna get the rest of these Bantu nuts, and then we're gonna go on. So, outing myself. Now, as I was trying to say about dating black cis men, when I start talking freely, what I was trying to say is around black cis men, I will say that I will typically feel out more quickly than with a white cis man what I can and can't say. And I realize that that's problematic in its own self, but I think it's real to say that like there is some sort of maneuvering that we try to do, not all of us, but I feel like people who are more conscious than not try to do some kind of maneuvering when it comes to their relationships with folks who perhaps have power over them or privilege over them, just so that that person could kind of like be more on point, or rather like less problematic around you as the person that's like near them. And I feel like for me, when I'm around black cis men, I kind of, try my best to establish a camaraderie or some sort of just like very comfortable rapport with them. In that, I just try and be extremely, open and talkative and, just trying to make space. If I'm interested and, if building community seemingly is an option. But, I will say most recently, I have met, I've met one black man in particular who has zero intro to anything about anti-oppression. And I feel like that is one of my biggest fucking issues with dating black cis men, is that I am automatically, and this is like different from dating a white cis man, because a white cis man, I really am hard pressed to find a white cis man that knows anything about anti-oppressionism. But it's different when I'm talking about black cis men, because I'm like, okay, you have felt oppression, so I'm trying to like, at this point, connect some dots for you. For a white man, it's seemingly like you have to fucking start from motherfucking scratch. Like, you gotta be like, this is an egg. This is some flour. This is yeast. And then you have to like reapply what those things mean. You have to redefine things that have been defined by white folks, that white folks is real mad about people trying to, redefine in terms of people who have like less power to define these things, or rather did not have the power or the relevancy or the visibility to be asked and to be included in definitions. So I feel like with that, it's breaking down someone's whole fucking thought process. And again, it's very triggering, very depressing, alienating, isolating. There's so many layers to awakening yourself from oppression, or even just being made aware of it. So as I was saying, when I'm dating these black cis men and I'm outing myself as someone who is not complicit in oppression, I notice right away that the stakes become very high, because it's like, damn, what if I like this person? What if I want to be with this person? Whether or not they're willing to listen is, at stake. Whether or not they're going to become, extremely, and I've never had a situation where like I had a black cis man like be completely dependent on me for education, as a result of us like spending time and like us getting really close. I've only had that experience with like white cis men, to be most honest, where like white cis men were like really expecting me to hold them accountable all the time. And like in ways it just felt like, wow, like are you even like trying to like not be oppressive? Because like if my role in this life is to be the bitch that's like slapping your hand and coming at you with like, you know, just fucking basic ass call outs, I'm not really understanding why you would want to continue that kind of relationship. And then I'm like, oh yeah, because you got a bitch doing work for you. So I'm trying to be mindful of currency in relationships, especially as a black female-bodied person. People do expect work from me, you know? So be mindful of that when you're with your partners. What work are they asking of you? Because, again, getting back into black cis men, I was dating someone who's a black cis man, and I could tell, you know, once I outed myself, you know, he was always aware of the fact that and the thing is, this is what he was aware of. That wasn't the case, but this is what he was aware of, that I disliked white people. That was his awareness of my work, of my education, of all the things that I had outed myself by discussing and talking about and making visible, was that I hated white people. And it was really unfortunate because I remember one experience where I was at a get-together with this person I was seeing, and we weren't exclusive in that we couldn't see other people. So, you know, we were mingling around, and this guy comes up to me, and, you know, he, within, the first couple of minutes of talking to him, he felt comfortable just touching my hair. Basically I made a remark that I was awkward, because I am very awkward from time to time, and I had been drinking, so I was extremely awkward. And I was laughing at things that weren't really funny. And I made the remark that I was awkward, and he thought, you know, in order to kind of validate me, he was gonna run his hands through my hair and tell me that I'm sexy. And that shit, it irked me, because I'm like, bitch, I don't even know you, you know what I mean? But if I were to come out and say, bitch, I don't even know you, automatically in my head, I got that dual consciousness where I know I'm the only black person here, aside from my homie that I'm hooking up with, I'm chilling with, and he's the person that knows all these white people, not me. So part of me also felt some sort of accountability, for the vibe, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's also a big part of work, is like having to mitigate what the fuck you about to say that's justified and real, because you're not trying to be that black loud yelling bitch. And that really sucks, because I am a black loud yelling bitch. That is an identity I carry, and that is valid as fuck and rightful as fuck. But you see how white supremacy be at you like that, and you be in places where you deserve to bug the fuck out. But if you do, you start to feel like you're a stereotype. And I feel like a lot of black folks, especially these black cis men, they are trying to run from it so motherfucking hard that they will sit here and call you complicit in it if you dare talk about the systems and the complexities of things. And it's really unfortunate, because, you know, to think that my born in 1989 ass came up with any of these systems of oppression on my motherfucking own is flattering. That you would think I came up with all this information, but I didn't. And I didn't self-describe or self-define a lot of these things, you know? So with that being said, I feel like when I'm dating a black cis man or a man of color, because that's also been the case, and I'm talking about anti-oppressionism, I'm talking about womanism, I'm talking about fundamentals of critical theory, and I'm just noticing that, because I am the messenger, niggas is ready to shoot me. And it's really disheartening at times. Who's calling me? Oh, my bitch. Hold up.